Hello, this is Greattreejam coming at you from that corner of the universe you just don't know about. Anyway, welcome back to my Let's Play of Mass Effect 1. When we last left off, we actually shut down a rogue AI that had been funneling credits and stealing stuff from people. And now we're actually going to do Samesh Bhatia's side mission. We haven't actually acquired the quest yet, but we've brought along Ashley Williams. Samesh Bhatia has actually asked us for help. He wants us to help us with something very, very personal. Let me go ahead and just teleport all the way to the embassies, or take a cab, whatever you want to call it. And let's talk to Samesh. See if we can get there on time.
Excuse me, Commander Shepard. Could you spare a moment of your time?
Let's make sure Ashley's close enough, because I actually want to hear what she has to say. Ashley, come on. Move back a little bit. Come on. Thank you. There we go. Ah, never mind.
Commander Shepard, my name is Samesh Bhatia. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
It's no trouble. What can I do for you?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime.
Wait, the 212? Your wife was Serviceman Nirali Bhatia. I'm Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams. I served in her unit.
Chief Williams, it is a pleasure. Nirali spoke of you with great respect.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Mr. Bhatia. Nirali was a good woman. What can we do for you?
I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
Why did they refuse your request? There's got to be some reason.
I don't know. All I know is that they have declared it impossible for my wife to be returned to me.
There's no reason for your wife's body to be held like this. Just wait here.
The man in charge of my case is Mr. Bosker. When I last saw him, he was in the expensive bar over there. Thank you for your time. I just want to give my wife a proper funeral, and the respect she deserves.
Alright, so we got a noble cause, we're gonna answer the call. So, he actually meant to say that Mr. Bosker is up here. And we're gonna talk to him and see if we can convince him to let Nirali's body go. This quest is gonna require some investment in charm or intimidate if you want to successfully convince this guy.
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard. Your activities made for quite a briefing in the Diplomatic Corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
Yes. A man named Samesh Bhatia is having some trouble claiming his wife's body.
Ah, Mr. Bhatia. A good man in an understandably frustrating position. I wish I could help him. Serviceman Nirali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
You think that her body might be dangerous or contaminated?
No, Commander. Nirali Bhatia is not dangerous. Her body is in fact extremely valuable to the Alliance. The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks. Respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death than she did in life.
You gotta have a lot of bodies. Can't you release one?
Very few bodies had this new type of weapon damage, and very few were in good enough condition to study. Beyond that, Commander, we need as many bodies as we can to get a reasonable sample size.
How long do you think this research is gonna take?
This is a long-term study. I wouldn't expect the bodies to be released for a year or longer.
When will this research result in actual new technology?
If we're lucky, we'll actually realize usable technology from this study in a few years.
I understand what you're trying to do, but holding the body is wrong.
Commander, you of all people should understand how far we must go to protect humanity.
Not if we lose our humanity in the process. I am out here fighting to stop crap like this.
All right, Commander. You win. It was hard enough refusing Mr. Bhatia. I'm not going to risk an incident by refusing you. Tell Samesh that the body is being shipped back to Earth. I'll go now to see to it myself.
And now that we got that done, Samesh is gonna have the body of his wife shipped back to him. Not exactly what you want to do as a husband or a spouse, but I mean, we gotta pay our respects. You gotta bury the dead, however, whatever customs you got. We want to try and honor Bhatia's request.
Hello again, Commander. Has there been any word?
I reminded Mr. Bosker what we're fighting for. Your wife is coming home.
Thank you. I will return home and begin my preparations. It does not bring me happiness, but it may bring me peace. Goodbye, Commander.
Samesh, I don't know if this helps, but your wife, Nerali, loved you very much. She missed your cooking, and she played recordings of you every night before she went to sleep.
I know, Miss Williams. But thank you. It's nice to hear it again.
And with that, we've given Samesh some peace of mind. But now that that's done, we're going to head up back to the Normandy. I don't think that I've missed anything. Oh, hang on. Whoopsie daisies. I went to the wrong place. Oops. I don't think that I missed anything, but if I do discover that I missed something, I'll come right back and let you guys, I will go ahead and record what I missed, and then you guys can see that in another vid. But for now, let's head to the Normandy. I'm a little impatient. We kind of want to get some extra stuff done. What the rest of this vid's going to be dedicated to is getting a little bit of backstory.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Well, that doesn't bode too well for humanity, but guess I can't blame them, given Eden Prime was a bit of a massacre. Yeah, my voice is drying up again. I really need to bring like a bottle of water when I do these recordings. Wow, that's hitting home. Okay.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Oh well.
Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
So now that we actually have time, let's go ahead and get to know our pilot pretty well. We are now the commanding officer of the Normandy, and it's time to debrief with our crew.
Commander, something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Wrex syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic, but I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
I need to know more about this Wrex syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you want, Commander.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
Well, I gotta give it to him. He's driven.
How'd you end up joining the Alliance?
Look, if you're looking for an inspirational tale of the crippled kid overcoming impossible odds, you're gonna be disappointed. My mother was a civilian contractor working for the Alliance. I basically grew up on the Arcturus station back when they were building up the fleets. Spend all that time around Alliance ships, there's a good chance you'll end up going to the Academy.
Fair enough.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
So now that we've gotten a little bit of backstory on Joker, let's go talk to Navigator Presley. And I think there are a couple of codex entries we can pick up when we go down to the lower decks.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, ma'am, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. Don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
So now we hear what Presley's story's all about, and hopefully we've kind of convinced him to be a little bit more open-minded. Hold on, I got a codex. I think you get codex for when you walk up to the galaxy map. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, you know what this is all about? Got my pew-pew guns back, but we're not going to play soldiers this time. We got work to do. We'll play soldiers another time. But let's go in here and get this metagel. Unfortunately, Chalkquest has nothing new to say. She doesn't have anything new to say for a while. Well, let's go back here and get the sleeper pod, examine it for some codex, and let's talk to Kaidan. I don't think Kaidan has much to say, but let's still talk to him.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Alright. Now, another codex entry is actually in here, in your bedroom. And it's a personnel manual you can examine on your, what was that? Desktop of the future? Yeah, on your computer. So now we're going to go down to the engineering and hangar level. And there we're going to find... We may not be able to get to all of them in this video. I'll at least try to talk to Wrex. And then we'll try hit up Ashley Williams, Garrus, and Tally. And I think Engineer Adams when we get the chance. Anyway, let's talk to Wrex. Hey man, what's up? I'm gonna stand right next to you. Oh yeah. Look at it. The corner of awesome. Ignore me? Alright, fine, be that way.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Wrex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
So long, Wrex.
Shepard.
So now we got Wrex's backstory. Wrex is a very interesting character. He's got some really nice stories. If you really want to stereotype a race, then let me put it in terms you'll understand. And if you watch the old Predator movies, I'm talking about like the old Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Get to the chopper! That one. The Predators are basically the ultimate hunters. You can think of the Krogan as they're a warrior race, but they consider themselves the ultimate survivors. So, a little bit of a polar opposite, but not too much. I could talk more about the lore, but unfortunately we are running out of time. So let me just go ahead and end the video here. This is Treejam. It's been nice having you here, and I'm already stumbling on my words, so I need to stop and go to sleep. But anyway, thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next vid. Bye, guys.